Hello everybody, I hope y'all are doing great this Friday night. Happy weekend. So yeah, today was a pretty good week at work. Been working out at the gym too all week. Had a couple good nights of doing group fitness. So a lot of that's going great and I'm feeling great physically and mentally. So it's going to be exciting next few days here. I'm going to Gatlinburg, Tennessee for some vacation. I'm taking off of work for that, of course. So I have a good book here that I want to review for you in tonight's video. It's about the King of the Monsters, yes, Godzilla. Godzilla, the official guide to the King of the Monsters. And yes, Godzilla is one of my favorite movie monsters of all time. I got this book at a Books A Million, the local Books A Million store, which is not too far from where I am. It's a hardcover. And starting out in my young kid years, I was, growing up into the Godzilla movies. And one Godzilla film that stands out to me the most is Godzilla 1985, also known as The Return of Godzilla, which came out in the 1980s, 1985, but originally it was released in 1984 by Toho Studios. It was released about a year later in 85. It was New World Pictures, a film company that bought the rights for it. I have it on DVD, both the American and the Japanese version. Here's the back cover of it. All hail to the king. I love that. Yeah, very outstanding thing about the back cover here. It has black and white photos of all aspects of the Godzilla films, of Godzilla and his enemies. And of course, Godzilla, I believe he's known to be a mutated marine iguana. And the first Godzilla film was released. I'm sure as some of you Godzilla fans are watching this know that it was released in 1954. Yeah, this book covers like all the different films and listed in all the different eras of the franchise from the 50s all the way to current day. Yes, and all of Godzilla's enemies are in this header: Bellante, Mothra, King Ghidorah, Space Godzilla, Mecha Godzilla. It also has it also includes in here the Godzilla film from 1998 with it's the one with that Matthew Broderick starred in. I remember seeing that Godzilla movie like at a drive-in theater back in '98 when I was very little. Me and my cousin went and saw it at a drive-in, where he attacks New York City. And it was directed by Roland Emmerich, and some people just call that film Zilla. But the Japanese Godzilla is far more scarier and nightmarish and more detailed looking and more destructible. And yes, of course Godzilla, is played by a Japanese man dressed up in a suit, destroying beautifully detailed building models of Tokyo and Japanese cities. And this book does include well, based on your knowledge about the Godzilla film franchise, trivial facts about each of the Godzilla films in the series. Yes, it has photo descriptions, black and white photos of all of Godzilla's enemies and Godzilla itself. Yes, it's pretty beautifully detailed photos and good descriptions. I read this book within like just a few weeks, so it's easy to read, and it's very easy to comprehend. Of course, Godzilla was created and directed by Ishiro Honda. So yes, Godzilla, the official guide to the King of the Monsters, is well worth a buy. And if you're into this film franchise, yeah, it's I got it at Books A Million at a discount. So yeah, I mean, Godzilla, one thing that amazed me about Godzilla is the atomic breath. Of course, Godzilla is considered to be as a nuclear weapon. Of course, he's a mutated marine iguana reptile. He feeds off of nuclear radiation. So yeah, I mean, Godzilla it's a classic franchise. The Japanese, they created a masterpiece out of this franchise. Godzilla is a classic, indestructible monster. The military can't stop him. So yes, it's like he's indestructible. And of course, Godzilla 1985, yes, it's one of my favorite films in the series. I don't know why, but it stands out to me as being the best. Of course, it terrified me as a kid. And I remember I had that film on VHS back in the day. And yeah, I mean, it's 30 years later after the original attacks on Tokyo. And he's like monster's like reborn again. A volcano erupts out in the Pacific Ocean, as is witnessed by a survivor on a fishing vessel in the Pacific. Somebody a guy on the ocean picks this man up, and this word gets spread around that Godzilla has come back. They have Japanese people, they evacuate Tokyo, and Godzilla, starts his destruction once again, as if you've never seen him before. So yes, give this book a shot. Yeah, all of you Godzilla fans out there, I promise you won't regret this book. And of course, my only gripe about this book is that I wish it had more in depth of behind the scenes of buildings, how they were created and how the suits, were being put together. So, but nonetheless, this book is good for me. I'd probably give it 4 out of 5 stars. So, yes, that is all I have for Godzilla, the official guide to the King of the Monsters. So, I hope you like this video, and leave a comment and subscribe, and stick around for more videos here in the near future. Have a good night.